Welcome back to Dinner for Two. It's the Pep and the GOC on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. Chaos Corner. Don't you dare miss it. Now, don't even pay attention to us. Make believe the camera and us are not even here. This is like dinner with Blassie, breakfast with Blassie. So enjoy. I love you guys. So, Pep, what I would love to talk about today is that I know that last night, and I don't know how the volume's going to be on this, so who knows. I know that last night was, no, it's okay. I know that last night was reunion 3 for Real Housewives of Miami. Tell me what happened.
So, again, you know, the women of Miami, very feisty. It ended off very well. They all chose to hug. They all chose to try to move forward and be friends with each other and understand that life is really difficult for many people nowadays, whether they live in Miami because they said, oh, Miami, everyone wants to move to Miami. Many people are migrating from New York City, Manhattan.
True.
To really.
Very true.
I was a little shocked. I'm thinking, okay, because one was, you know, like 12 million for an apartment, condo. So, yeah, it was very good. I mean, it ended very well. They were fighting, yelling, still screaming. You know, Larsa, Pippen.
Larsa and Pippen.
Larsa, Pippen.
Now, let me ask you this question, though, because I know that fans want to know this. So you chose, smartly, to watch Reunion 3 for Real Housewives of Miami over the presidential reunion address. No. Thank you, Cheryl. So,
yes,
no presidential address with the clown. We don't want to get political here on the show, but this is Dinner for Two.
The reality is no, we didn't watch.
Not 1 second of it.
No, we started off with Oscar Felix. After I got my hair coiffed and
your hair
and
looks
done.
Tremendous.
Thank you.
You know what's funny? Is that our granddaughter said, oh, Grammy Dada, your hair looks so pretty. She said, what did she say this morning on the way to campus?
You made it black.
She said, you made it black, and she goes, you look like a princess. So it really was funny. But so the presidential address was persona non grata. So I'd rather talk about Miami Reunion 3.
Because...
So they were fighting, the girls.
Yeah, they continued to fight. Larsa, though, I was impressed because one of the girls, who's in survival mode, but she's in recovery of her breast cancer, was so angry with Larsa, very, very angry, because she felt that Larsa so self-absorbed that she didn't coddle her when she found out that she had breast cancer. So Larsa got up after they were all arguing and she said, I just want us to get along. No matter what you think about me, I want us to get along. She stood up with her, you know, designer gown.
I thought you were going to say breasts.
Well, they were, you know.
And wait, we said this on Dinner for Two.
All natural.
Oh, natural.
I mean, she looked pretty, but you know, it's known. And again, they were talking about her buttocks. It's fake.
Oh, she has implants in the buttocks?
Well, her waist is like this, and from behind it looks like this, but it just really looks abnormal.
Do you think maybe she does squats or lunges to have that,
no,
or do you think it's injected?
It doesn't look normal. No,
Most
I mean,
of them
I've seen her,
injections.
right, and I've seen her throughout the years when she was on the Kardashians, and when she was still, I know,
The Kardashians.
63.
Well, but I'm just saying the Kardashians are the ones right now who are really selling it. They're the ones who started all this reality stuff.
And Larsa was the best friend of Kim Kardashian. They had a blowout, etc., etc. But you can see throughout the years how Larsa. She's nationality, not Armenian. I don't know what culture, but
A Serbian or something like that.
of that
Romanian.
sort. And she was
Right,
very,
Romanian
very,
maybe.
maybe, but she was very attractive prior to when she got divorced. She started with the injections, and her lips were like this, boobs. She looks like an entirely different person. Yeah. And, you know, Michael Jordan's son was in the background, in the off the camera, but they had him on camera, you know, for the...
Michael Jordan?
Yeah, Michael Jordan's son, who's 23, 24. Larsa's 47. He's intrigued with her.
Okay, so I get it.
Yeah, and, you know...
It's like, kind of like how Stella got her groove back.
Yeah.
The move.
But she's also, as a matter of fact, the woman that I work with today, we were talking about all of this, she's on OnlyFans.
OnlyFans?
Is it no.
Yeah, it's only.
Oh, is that what it's called? Right? Like the girls
No,
that
it is.
I
It's
work with, the
OnlyFans.
women girls that I work with were like, Jar, what? OnlyFans? How do you know about OnlyFans? I said, well, I only know it because I see it from social media and the housewives. There's
That's what
numerous
they.
housewives.
You know how much money? Listen, they make more
Larsa.
money on OnlyFans than they do on the shows.
Larsa makes over $10,000 a month,
Oh my
and
gosh.
supposedly she claims she shows her feet.
Yeah, okay. It's all about supply and demand on OnlyFans. You guys know that.
So yeah, so it ended up being a positive. So and it kind of simplifies life, right? If you think about it this way, one had cancer, she's in remission. One lost her father at 62. I'm 63. She's now pregnant with her second child, her and her fiance, Lisa. Her divorce is finally going through. She found someone who loves her and respects her. Martina's wife.
Like we talked about in episode
Martina.
1, not Navratilova.
Yes, Martina's wife. They decided, because Martina's also in remission, she is.
That's right.
They're both going to decide to adopt a child. You know, it was on hold because she was very sick, Martina. So I guess the yin and the yang of the reality closing for the season in Miami was that they've all gone through such negative things. And they've all fought and battled and, you know, tried to duke it out with each other verbally like women do. And what I was starting to say was that Larsa got up and said to the one who's in remission, who's from, I think, Haiti, very feisty, seems angry a lot, in remission from breast cancer. She got up and she said, I just want to hug you. I want us to get along, which was very admirable of her because she just got slammed.
Taking the high road.
From all the women on the opposite side. And it ended up good. Oh, and Larsa has her own tequila brand, so they brought it out and they all did shots, with the exception of the pregnant women. Yeah.
Tequila.
So that was that, and then there was Summer House, which is
So what's new with you?
Oh, what's new?
How's work? And
What's new is that this morning on the way to work, my granddaughter complimented her hair.
Oh, did she
and
really?
then told her that she looked like a mermaid,
Really?
a Barbie mermaid.
Mermaid princess.
And she goes, "Oh, Grammy," she said, "Grammy, your hair is black, it's darker." So it was really funny.
Yeah,
You
of
work
course.
all day, you get
Of course,
home, you just kind of schlep, put it up.
Of course, definitely. No,
Our
I
favorite
don't
waitress.
see it.
Our favorite waitress.
Yeah, I don't see it down that often. That's why I said.
No, I don't wear it down often.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
Because I don't really like my hair hanging.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
But I like the look of it to be long and
right.
very beautiful and shiny, because it can be.
Yes.
Soft. So then I always end up going back to the
brace over there.
clip. And there it is, and I put it up.
I always wear my hair up because I'm always here.
You're always here around
Question,
the
wife.
Yes.
Would you like a Corona or something?
Wow.
think I'll have a Corona.
Corona, you know what I'm going to, you know what? Listen, it's Friday.
Yes. Oh, I like that. That's nice and silky. Not silky.
Yeah, it's silky.
Yeah. Pretty.
Burnout.
Yeah. Nice.
Corona, I'm going to have a glass of Cabernet.
Oh my God,
I'm
you guys,
stunned. I know.
You
we're
guys
not
are
partiers.
killing me.
We're not partiers.
Okay, I'll be...
Thank you, Cheryl. Here's the funny thing that what you said that caught my attention. Whether it's you and I, whether it's someone who's homeless, whether it's someone who's got a good job and works hard, or whether it's the elite from reality housewives that make millions. We all go through struggles in life. We all go through.
We don't have any cold glasses, but the beer is cold.
That's fine. Sure. No worries.
We
Thank you.
We all go through every life struggles. It doesn't matter race, color, creed, culture, how wealthy you are.
All right, kitties.
We go through difficulties.
Bottoms up.
Thank you, Cheryl. We go through difficulties, and that goes to show you, no matter who you are, and no matter how much money you have, nobody's exempt.
Sorrow,
suffering, pain, right? Just problems in general, and that's why. If he's for us, nobody could be against us. But it's the truth. A shout out to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And it doesn't matter unless you have that. It doesn't matter who you are. Nobody's exempt.
right? But you have to believe.
You have to
Some
believe.
people don't believe.
Well, a lot of people don't believe it's good versus evil, wife. And that's why we're here to put out that message of what a couple's supposed to be like, what a husband and wife are supposed to be like, what marriage is supposed to be like, what the nuclear family is supposed to be like. And that's why we're presenting this to the audience on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner. You won't find this kind of content anywhere, husband and wife reality, and this is what we do. And we know this is here, but it's for a reason. I'm getting a few greenbacks for it, so we decided to do it. We made the deal, but we appreciate you guys being here. Much love and respect, and what we say here is an episodic reality show. So we hope you guys catch on. We're trying to grow the female demographic, and even though that we know that we are on camera right now, this is as natural and as real as things could get, because we ignore you guys for the most part until we put it up on the channel. So just remember that, and I know that you guys do, that follow and sub to us, and we appreciate it. But we're growing the audience, and this is what we're doing. So we thank you guys, and we're going to ignore you for now. So sit in and listen to our conversation and have something to eat. Grab a snack, grab a beverage. Cheryl's here. We love her. She's the best waitress you could possibly have, and she agreed to be on tape.
She did.
Oh yeah.
Of course. Are you ready to order?
I'm ready to give, because we are using our discernment and we stay sober, but it is Friday, and we are going to cheers and toast to our family and friends and subscribers, and we love you guys.
Well, we have an Uber.
Right.
We have an
Uber and Lyft. That's how we do things here. But here's to the wife, and here's to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. This isn't the best angle, I get it, but we're going to different restaurants, different venues, different events for you guys to sit in with us. So we're going to ignore you now. We love you though.
And I had a very long day.
A very long day. She works very hard.
It was a great
For a
day.
huge corporation. We'll say no more. The biggest in the state, the biggest perhaps in the country, one of the biggest in the universe. But anyway, what do you think you're going to get? Cheers.
Cheers, honey. I don't know why I keep going back to this. Those clams were good, but then, nah. Big Navy? It's a burger?
Really?
I'm not sure. What do you think you get?
You know what? I've been so engaged by what you said, and just about reality of life, that I didn't even look at the menu yet. Do we go with, now it's 5:30 Eastern Standard Time?
Yes.
So do we go with breakfast or do we go with dinner?
We can go whatever we
Whatever.
want. There's no rule.
There's no rules.
There's no rules.
There's no rules on Chaos Corner.
No, that's for sure. Definitely not salad.
If we were down south, I'd be getting the fried chicken and waffles.
All right.
Oh my God. Belgian waffle served along with crispy southern fried chicken.
Yeah, but it probably has bones. My lunch today was really good.
Tell me what you had for lunch.
Well, I had a nice garden salad with balsamic vinaigrette, some macaroni salad that I had made, a very easy recipe. One day I'll share it with our viewers.
You have an unbelievable, listen, not only macaroni salad, but egg salad and potato salad as well.
Actually, I take that back. Pasta salad. Sorry.
Do you have the recipes from Lydia's?
Lydia.
We love Lydia.
We love Lydia. And how funny is that? I told you Saturday I went to visit my brother who just had his knee operation, and he and his wife watch all the time Lydia.
Speaking of your brother, how about the monstrous, huge
The bear.
bear that was in his backyard? Was that a black bear?
No, that was a black bear. Brown bears are
brown
only
bear,
out
no,
west.
huge.
We don't have brown bears.
Now, your brothers had moose, deer, skunks. We know about the skunks.
Oh, the skunks.
But it was on the neighbor's app. How big do you think the bear was? 500 pounds? 600, 800 pounds?
He was huge.
Wow, I still can't believe it. But he lives in a very wooded area, would you say? Well, how would you describe where he lives?
Well, he probably has about 3 acres, 2.5
2.5 acres, maybe?
And all large trees.
Right.
And
It's an amazing house.
as his property goes towards the back, it's up against a stream of some sort, and then it goes out to property, whatever state property is, for miles.
I couldn't believe seeing that on camera. Now, didn't your brother build an actual tree house, a fort,
Yes,
kind of
he
like
did.
Swiss Family Robinson?
He built it for my nephew when he was when they moved to this
area.
home, this area, where they previously...
The greater New England tri-state northeast area.
Give it out.
No, but that's where we're from.
Right, of course. He did. He built a cedar fort.
It really is amazing.
He ended up taking it down.
When I first saw it, what was that, 12, 13 years ago?
Wow.
It looked like when I went to Florida, to Disney in the 70s, 1977, the year Space Mountain opened. Now, don't go Google it, because we don't use Google.
No.
Duck, go. Your brother's treehouse fort that he built for the kids looked like what I experienced at Swiss Family Robinson. So, if the fans are out there paying attention, listening, go out and duck, go that.
Yes.
You know what I was thinking about getting? Because we're jumping all over here. This is what we do. It's Friday. Listen, guys, it's Friday. It's happy hour. I was thinking about getting what you got last time, the grilled or fried tofu. Because last time I went meat.
Oh, well, I had a salad.
That was good. That was really good.
I had a Greek salad.
The Greek salad.
With fried tofu.
That was looked really good.
I would typically get the salad now, but I had a
salad for lunch
today.
Oh, so what do you think you're going to get? How about when I used to order the Cuban panini?
Right. How about down Long Wharf, the Cuban paninis?
Oh my gosh.
Well, let's get back to Miami. There's nothing like a real Cuban.
In Miami. No me jodas, maricón, muévete, culo, pendejo. No offense, anybody. Kayfabe, man. Kayfabe. It's a joke. It's a work.
We are in a restaurant.
That's very true.
I think I know what I'm getting.
Tell me.
I don't know. Everything is delicious here.
It is.
We've been coming here for years. Another Greek restaurant. This is our second. The last time
you got
my birthday.
gyro.
A gyro. Gyro.
Gyro. We're talking about Barstool Sports and Dave
and
Portnoy.
And we got the shirt.
Tell the fans what happened.
Oh, so beautiful.
We got peaches, right?
We got, yes, peaches. We got a beautiful sweatshirt.
Peach colored, the hooded
Peach
sweaty for
color
you.
for me. And it has all here peaches, real.
And now that's a fundraiser for the animal shelter,
It's a
right?
fundraiser for the animal shelter in, I think it's Georgia. And again, I know that someone did a comment last week on our page about me talking about
pit
the
bulls.
pit bulls, which I get it. I totally understand. I get it. However,
Isn't it on the breeders? Isn't it on how you raise them?
Yes.
Isn't it?
Yes.
People want to talk about when it comes to the pit bull, and I appreciated the comment, and I responded to the person that was watching us. It's not on the animal. It's on the breeder. It's on how they're raised. It's on how they're trained. It's not on the owner. People want to say with the pit bulls or with the dogs, oh, it's natural. It's on the owner.
I used to think the same way. However, the sweet dog, Miss Peaches is what he calls her, you know, was locked up, caged, and all she was used for was breeding. And she had multiple babies, puppies, and she was being abused. So he heard it, and he chose to adopt it. Here he is, this billionaire with this beautiful home. I think he's in Florida, if I'm not mistaken. He's in love with this dog. She's just so timid, and you know, she doesn't know how to react to him, but she's getting better. And
and that's why we say
was well worth it.
Adopt, don't shop. That's my wife's message. Adopt, don't shop. If you have to shop, okay, we're not going to hold it against you. But adopt. There's so many animals out there that need rescue and love.
Emilio.
We adopted it. We're rescuers. That's what we do. That's part of the show here with Dinner for Two.
So with that said about the pit bull breed, the analogy could be the same as parents raising children, or you know, if you're raised in perhaps an abusive family, or whatever the case may be, your children are going to behave that way unless they're able to get themselves out of it. It's the same as animals. Pit bulls only behave the way that they're raised. Although
that's a perfect example. Just like you said about children act the way they're raised from their families, mom and dad, and so are animals.
Well, look at our boy.
You're very smart, and that's why we've started this new show, because of your knowledge about this subject. It's the truth, though. Whether it be about reality TV, animals, work. I mean, there isn't much. Even doing Mrs. Fixer-Upper at home. I mean, there isn't anything that you don't do.
Oh, well, thank you.
Well-rounded, and this is not because of the show that's paying us to do this. I'm sorry to say it. It's because it's the truth.
Well,
what do you think you're gonna get? I know, because we get them. This is what we do, though. This is what we do. This is a beautiful thing.
We communicate. We enjoy.
I was thinking about the filet of soul. Believe it or not.
My sister got that actually here one day, and she loved it. It was.
What are you thinking? Are you looking at a salad, a burger,
no,
a meal?
No, definitely no salad. I think I'm going to get the. I can't make my mind up. How crazy is that?
That's a beautiful ring.
This was a treat to myself.
It's very nice. I love it.
This is a Judith Ripka. Judith Ripka is a jewelry designer of high quality
Judith Ripka.
Jewelry.
Very impressive.
Out of New York.
Well, New York. We're in a New York police state of mind.
But
I don't want to get too political.
But this is her line, which is beautiful, Dominique, which I purchased probably 25 years ago, prior to my husband and my life. This is Dominique. It's white gold, sterling silver. Her designs are beautiful. And fleur-de-lis, which is inside. It's a beautiful, beautiful ring.
It is. That
Her
is
jewelry
nice.
goes for, thousands. So
Judith Ripka.
her line, which has been on QVC. That's how I got it.
It's funny you should mention QVC. Today for Chaos Corner, I taped Don West, who was on the Home Shopping Network, a legendary pro wrestling announcer in TNA Impact.
On QVC?
Who passed away, and he was on the Home Shopping Network, so I put a bunch of his shows up today on the channel.
HSN is Home Shopping Network.
Right.
QVC's out of Pennsylvania.
QVC was
Home
number
Shopping.
one,
Right.
and his channel was number 2, Wild West Collections. He does sports collectibles,
HSN?
memorabilia. Unbelievable, Don West. I'm going to put it on the channel. Fans, check out Don West and all the sports collectibles. It's unbelievable. It really is. And so, yeah, I can compare it to that.
Yeah.
It really is something.
Well, there's 2 well-known. Home Shopping Network, which is based out of Florida.
Who was the lady on...
And QVC is based out of Pennsylvania.
Who was the lady on Shark Tank that we love, that was on QVC? The blonde.
Oh,
Not Mr. Wonderful. We love Mr. Wonderful.
I forget
Mark
her name.
Cuban's an asshole.
Lori
Lori,
something. Lori. She's great.
Right.
She gets...
Well, Desmond was really good.
They have a...
Mr. Wonderful was really good.
Yeah,
Mark Cuban is an asshole.
Yeah, they're still
Lori, what was Lori's name? The blonde.
Yeah,
She's very helpful, very good.
Yeah, she gets a lot of people's products on QVC.
Right. Lori. Can't remember her name.
Lori, no, I was going to say Mercier. No, that's a designer. All right, let's decide what we're going to eat, because
we'll be here.
We'll
be here all night.
Typically, what I do is the waitress comes. You should know this
Cheryl, we love her.
The waitress comes, and then I say, "Oh, okay, yeah, we're ready," and then I just somewhat pick something out quick. Not a picky eater.
I think I'm going to go with the El Tiante for all the Red Sox fans, knowing that you got to believe the Kings of Queens, the bad guys won. I'm a New York Mets fan, but I might go with the Cuban panini.
Oh, you are?
I might.
I know what I'm going to get.
Tell me.
I think I'm going to get the...
Alrighty, Boki. Any boxes? Anything else? Oh yeah, you get rice.
Well, you said a burger.
I think maybe that.
A hamburger or a cheeseburger?
Hamburger. We grew up saying hamburger.
You ready?
Yes.
Take your time.
It's a hamburger.
Pep, whatever you want, dear.
Go right ahead.
Yes. So I'm going to have the Colony cheeseburger.
How do you want to cook?
Medium, please.
With the French fries?
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'm going to switch up, Cheryl.
Okay.
And I want you to say hi to my fans when you're done.
Oh, what do you mean? Oh, you're on YouTube?
I'm on the channel. Chaos Corner.
I thought you were talking to your green
No, this is Chaos Corner. This is our live stream.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize.
Cheryl, come over here for a second. Cheryl, come over here for a second. We are getting paid for dinner for 2.
Oh, okay.
So this is our favorite waitress. Say
hi,
hello.
Everyone. How are ya?
I'm going to go with the Cuban panini.
You got it. Of course. All right. Well,
love your earrings.
Thanks, I got on camera. I thought it was your granddaughter. That's why I went
Listen,
like that.
they decided for once to pay us for this.
Really?
So wherever we go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
when we go out to dinner,
Yeah.
last weekend we went to Mascara.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Well, because it was my birthday.
Because
That's
it was,
why
it
we
was her
went.
birthday, right? So now they made a deal with us that when we go out to certain restaurants or diners, if we do a little live broadcast,
Nice.
they give us a little stream. We earn about 20 cents on the dollar. So about $1.52, you know, because YouTube is cheap.
Yeah.
So we just want you to know we appreciate it. And our fans are going to end up loving Cheryl, the waitress.
That's so cute.
Cheryl, our happy waitress.
That's cute. Okay.
So we're trying to make a couple extra bucks in this day and
They're
age.
celebrating tonight too, everybody. They're having a drink.
Right, and we
Yeah,
never,
absolutely.
Cheryl could attest that when we come here, we
Right.
never have a drink.
Yeah, you don't.
Guys, don't you love Cheryl? She really is
She's
unbelievable.
very kind. We've been coming here a long time.
Well over a decade, you've been coming here.
Yes.
And I know people right now are going to sit here and say, well, how did you guys hook up this deal? How did you hook up this deal to where you can get paid to go out to dinner? Well, I want you guys to know this, and this is a shoot, a little bit of kayfabe, Kizarni, they're Carney. We don't have to pay for dinner. We don't have to pay for our cocktails. We don't have to pay for our transportation. And the only thing we are paying for is our love. So I'm hoping you guys are enjoying this. It's 30 minutes in. We did, last time Dinner for Two here on the channel, we did 2 parts. Once the food gets here, we're probably going to cut you guys off on the live stream. But I just want you to know I really appreciate it. Keep tuning in.
This and reach out to us.
Right. Email,
we're normal
text,
human beings.
Inbox, drop an elbow on that like button. Leave a comment for my wife. We'll respond immediately, and we really appreciate and love you guys for being here. Dinner for Two. I got the concept from Breakfast with Blassie, which is classy Freddie Blassie and Andy Kaufman.
Oh, they're awesome.
And you guys know that my business is pro wrestling, but I'm dragging the wife into the reality. And I think we're gonna, for every $5,000 we might make, we'll probably get like $3.75.
But let's also...
It's for fun, it's enjoyment, entertainment, and pep, wife. It's a stress reliever in this day and age in 2024 with wars, racial division, the economy, the border crisis, invasion, crime, homelessness, the veterans. This is why we're really doing it. For you, the people, for this country and what's happening. And we're going to get off that and enjoy our stream. And when the food comes, we'll probably cut you off. But I appreciate you guys. And so does the wife. Who's better than me? I can't think of anybody.
Listen, one other thing.
All right.
I'll just addend in that.
Sit back there and be quiet. It's like you're stalkers.
I'll just addend in that is that this is all for our future when we're no longer here.
Well, and to leave the legacy. We have a granddaughter, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, family, friends, fans, followers, subscribers.
They can always
long after we're gone, you'll be able to come back. And I just want to say, Mila, Grammy, and Pop love you. So when you're 20, 25, however, come back and just realize how much we love you. Okay? So anyway, tonight's Friday. You know I'm going to be watching SmackDown and Rampage. And then I'll go to Off the Script.
Going up to the den.
Well, the executive offices. What is on tonight for the PEP?
90 Day, I think.
90 Day Fiance. Thank God that's not me.
They have been dragging it out.
Cheers, love you. We gotta nurse these. Nurse. My wife, my daughter's a nurse. My wife actually works with nurses, so it's in the family.
And doctors.
And doctors. Senior admin. That's why, no, of course not. That's why I can retire after 25 years behind the walls, being in the pro wrestling industry, being a bounty hunter with Dr. D. David Schultz, private investigator, private security. But at my age, at the big 6-0, and we'll admit it, I'm able to retire because of how hard my wife works and because of what I did for a living and put my life on the line. So
no, you retired.
Well, and to raise my granddaughter as well.
Of course.
So we're blessed and fortunate, and
I'm not entirely supporting my family. It's both.
No. What I'm saying is now that you're working very hard. I put my life on the line. I earned it. We know that's another story.
I'm ready to retire. A couple years.
The hardest working woman I know. Okay. So right now, if you're Otis, Jeremy, Funny Rob, Bebe, Hula Grim, Jen, the OTS Tribal Queen, Heel Town Smart Jesse, JD from Off the Script, Don Tony, Kevin Castle, Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling, everybody right now, Lil Montana, Future, all the guys that work over there.
Steve Tracy.
Of course, the bondsman. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I support all you guys. So come over here and support us. We'll see you in a little bit. So tonight, is it 90 day? Is it 90 day?
Probably.
How many episodes of Lydia did we watch the other night?
There's quite a few left. I watched some of them on Wednesday, and then I started to fall asleep, and I was worried about our boy. So
The boy,
I turned
Emilio.
it off, and you know,
Well,
went upstairs to our boudoir. We were
boudoir.
fast asleep.
Right now we have a 13-year-old Maine Coon. He really is a savagery beast. At one time he was almost 18 pounds. Now he's down to like 10 pounds. They found some spots on his liver, some spots on his lungs. We're not really sure. We're giving him the prednisone, and we're feeding him, and he's still doing things naturally and normally. We've reached out to Jackson Galaxy, the cat whisperer, or what is his show? What is Jackson's show called? I know it's Jackson Galaxy, and he gave us a lot of advice.
Whisperer.
Is it the cat whisperer? 'Cause I know there was the dog
No, that's the
whisperer.
dog whisperer. Sorry.
But he's really helped us out.
He's very helpful.
And we're trying to sustain our boy for the best quality of life. So we're a little mouchard on that. A little mouchard, a little Italian, you know. Isn't that the Italians, right? Abafangule, mom, and abafang. Wait, it's a word. Calm down.
Well, I'm Italian.
Well, I'm Italian.
Her French.
Parfait. Oui, oui. Parlez-vous français? Oh, wait. The Addams family. Say it again. You're part French? Oh, Cadida. Speaking of that, do you remember the cartoon? Pepe Le Pew?
Yes, the skunk. Right, the skunk. That was great. Pepe Le Pew. The skunk, and who else?
Well, there was
Who was the one with the gun?
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam.
Yosemite Sam, Wile E. Coyote.
Right, in my day, everyone
We're
had
showing
the
our
Yosemite
age.
Sam tattoo.
Well,
You don't have it, do you?
No, but I have the Tasmanian Devil.
Oh, right, or that.
Taz.
Yes. So, yeah.
No, not the ring announcer or the commentator or the wrestler who did
Tasmanian
the
Devil.
Kata Hajime that we met. Well, you met because I know Pete and we've worked several shows together. But at Mohegan Sun Casino for AEW
Right,
Rampage or Dynamite.
I remember, yes.
The wife met Powerhouse Hobbs, Wardlow, Taz.
That was a good show.
It was okay.
Yeah.
I was there scouting some talent. We saw a
It was
couple of the
good.
local guys. It was okay, but
Yeah.
for Mohegan, it's a 10,000 seat arena. There wasn't a lot of people there, and
Yeah.
that was 2
Yeah.
years ago. We're not supposed to be talking to you right now. That's the deal. Sit back and be quiet. When the food comes, we're going to be quiet.
Yeah, so Friday, tonight, 90 day, perhaps. But then, of course, 20 or 48 hours is
Or
my go-to,
Our
depending on
go-to
what
first,
it is.
first patrol, which used to be, what, PD Live? With
Yeah,
Sticks
but
and the
we
other
don't
bit.
watch it anymore.
But we used to live on that show because that's actual
Live.
reality crime
Yeah, but you know what? I have to be honest.
in real time.
Right, I have to be honest. I used to watch Cops forever. I think, who didn't? Single, married, whatever. We've always watched it. And then, you know, the changed society, then they took it off, right? Then they came back, Cops Live, right? I don't know, they seem...
Speaking
They
of the
seem
legal
to play
system,
to
the
the
demographics
demographics
and what's going on
or-
socially with
yeah,
media.
the cops are trying to be on their best behavior. So it's somewhat turning me off a little, and I totally support and back the blue.
Well, before, of course, we back the blue.
Right.
I am the
Right,
blue.
right.
So before dinner gets here, tell the fans here, because we're letting them in a little bit, about the court cases.
Oh,
My
boy.
wife is a legal beagle regal.
I'm obsessed.
Explain the court cases from Alec Baldwin case to the Photos Doulos Michelle Troconis case. And what we know, it's all public information. It's all out there for public consumption. We're not talking about anything that you can't find out yourself if you do
And
your
the
due
Connecticut
diligence.
State Trooper.
Right, in the shadows of Titan Towers. So let the fans know what you picked up on these two legal cases, Alec Baldwin and the whole thing what happened there on the movie set. Alec Baldwin's a piece of goo. I'm just going to say it.
Well, he's ready.
Photos doulos Michelle Troconis and what happened. Give us your thoughts before dinner gets here, wife.
Well,
what did you learn from the Troconis case and photos doulos?
Well, abuse is abuse, no matter what it is. And Jennifer Farber, I don't even want to say doulos because
rest in peace,
her.
Jennifer.
He killed her. His girlfriend was found guilty of
conspiracy to commit murder.
And so she's going away. This was a few weeks ago, and I watched it daily in between, my break and my lunch.
It's coming right up, okay?
Thank you.
And just a very, very horrible, sad story. And he killed himself. I know we spoke of this on the last episode.
Briefly.
He killed her. Jennifer was found guilty. Not Jennifer, I'm sorry. Troconis. Well, her attorney, big real deal attorney, defense attorney here in our town where we live.
The Constitution state, let's say it, which they changed it to
Blue.
the Nutmeg state.
Blue.
Right. A bunch of progressive libtards. And again, we don't want to be political here. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Right.
We
don't judge
We
anyone.
give you the good, the bad, and the ugly and tell it like it is on this fucking channel.
Well,
Apologize for that.
Michelle Troconis, attorney, has now filed an appeal so she can obtain another trial.
Well, to manipulate the system.
Of course.
To spend the taxpayers' money.
Of course.
I mean, that's what it really is.
There you go.
Thank you, honey.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Cheryl.
I get you some ketchup.
Ketchup,
Right back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, looks tremendous. So go ahead, wife, before we get
So,
All right, guys. Anything else I could get you?
no, I think
we're good, Cheryl.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll be
Thank
back.
you. Of course, to manipulate the system. So the judge held her on. She was put in jail at the end of the trial, handcuffed, taken out. But she's at home now. She's at home
Under home arrest, maybe.
with $5
What?
million bond.
$5 million
But
bond,
she's
$6
from
million
Spain, so hopefully she won't leave. So that's that.
Well, that's why the bond is so high, because she's a flight risk.
Right. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're putting a monitor
Ankle bracelet, which really is nothing.
Which her boyfriend, who killed his wife, had on his, and he, complained that it was chafing his ankle, so he wanted it on his wrist.
Well,
And the state said absolutely not.
Well, he took the coward's way out
Of course, with 5 children,
with 5 kids and
brutally murdered.
committed suicide.
Yeah, he did.
Will it just be yourself?
So that was
Coward.
that track.
Coward.
Yeah. So that, and again, we're going to speak of, we don't judge people on race, color, creed,
Right, we don't do any of that.
They were worth lots of money. He was abusive to her, cheating on her. She realized that. She wanted out, and then he planned her murder. Anywho, so that's the update with that. The next
Baldwin.
trial is
Privileged.
Rust. The movie.
You guys are well aware of this.
20-something-year-old was just found guilty on manslaughter.
Negligence. Shouldn't even been on there. This was during the pandemic. And this was all set up for friends of friends and doing it on the cheap because they didn't care about anybody else's safety or anybody's life.
Everyone
and now
should
if
go
you're
to
the
YouTube
elite,
and watch the trial.
correct. If you're the elite,
Amazing how
Alec
he
Baldwin
cut costs.
is going to get away with this somehow, some way. Or he's going to get a minimal penalty because he's a part of the privileged and the elite.
Well, the state prosecutor in New Mexico, she pled the case and she was amazing. And thank God that she was
Look at that forehead. Sorry, wife. Look at that forehead. Years of scars and blading in the business.
Well, thank you, Jesus, for everything that you're doing us too.
I'm sorry. I apologize. That's what I do. I cut people off. I want the wife to finish this story, and then we're going to mangiare.
Yes, and then we'll cut off.
Then we'll cut you guys off.
So that was the West movie. She was found guilty of, like, they came back with a verdict within like an hour, the jury. Took her away in handcuffs. She's not on no home arrest. She went right to county jail. And now they're going to start working on Mr. Alec Baldwin, who I used to love as an actor.
The Baldwins were funny at one time until they started getting political.
Yeah. Well, one brother is blue, and one brother is red. We know who's red.
And they're both pieces of shit, blue and red. Don't be fooled by Republicans and Democrats because they're both parties are no good. Remember that.
So, he's next. Oh, and lastly, the other trial that I've been following, which is heartbreaking from both ends.
All right,
I have enough empathy in my heart that, 20-year-old Norwalk person, whatever. They claimed that he went to Notre Dame High School, he was educated, but he was originally from Africa. It's a very terrible, sad story. 2019, he held up an AT&T store, local store, Norwalk, I'll say Norwalk. Became aggressive with them, held up a Lyft driver who brought him to the AT&T store because he didn't have his phone, he wanted a new phone, hit him over the head with the gun, stole his Lyft taxi, cops chased him, they pulled her off, then this, the criminal, which he was, went for miles from Norwalk to West Haven, smashed into other cars. Pursuit continued, and state trooper, about 7 bullets to him. They first tased him.
No effect.
No effect, but he kept reaching for his pocket because he had his kitchen knife, which, come to find out from testimony of his girlfriend, he stole it from her kitchen. It was about this big, and he died. He died I guess he died minutes later, whatever the case may be. So now our lovely state of Connecticut is holding this state trooper who's trying to defend the public on manslaughter charges. And of course, the state's attorney, the first day, I think it started on Monday, if I'm not mistaken. They had his family, and very heartbreaking. On the stand, that was their first witness, the sister and the mother, how he was a good person. However, his mental illness got in the way. He was diagnosed as schizophrenic, bipolar, and that's what made him flip out, is what the defense of the defense.
Well, the excuse nowadays for any sort of criminality or illegal doings is the whole mental health crisis. 20 years ago, we took him, we locked you up in a mental health institution for good reason because it was proven. And now that's what in 2024 everybody relies on as their escape, or racism as their defense, to play that card, or mental health, and that's what we're doing here. As you see, as this country, what's going on. Yeah. So I mean, it really is. It's a sad story because again, we backed the blue, and they were all out there. 5 police cars, state troopers, West Haven, Norwalk, trying to subdue this person who was in his car. Good word.
In his car, crashing into others, and he, resisted taser, resisted.
This is not
getting out of the
judgment. This
car.
is opinion. Remember that.
Right, it's just my opinion, but I'm seeing all of this during the trial all week.
So it's actually
just a-
facts.
Yeah, so it's just a sad situation. And, you know, this is Everyday USA, and it never stops, never ends. And our concern, again, is our granddaughter. What's the
Coming
future
to a
for
state
her?
and a town near you,
Right.
especially if you're a sanctuary bullshit area,
Which we are.
which we are. So I'm going to say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Thank you guys for being here. We're almost an hour in with my beautiful wife. Dinner for two. We are going to continue this series. We love you guys. We thank you guys. Come on back. Leave a comment. Drop a fucking elbow. I apologize for the language. And come on back to Dinner for Two with the GOC and one unbelievable woman. All right? We love you guys. Don't you dare miss it.